This video is going to start off on-site steps part 2. When we ended the last video, we finished on-site steps part 1. And so now we're going to get into things like duplicating pages so you can make service pages, about and contact pages, maybe a privacy policy. We're going to get all into that right now. As you can see here, the pages that I have up currently, they're anchor points to my navigation bar. And you'll know that because when I scroll into a certain section, it highlights it in the navigation bar. And when I click on it, it just takes me to different parts of the page. It doesn't take me to a new page entirely. If you do want to set up your website like that, these are called anchor points, and you're going to connect them to the row that you want the anchor to be on. As far as duplicating pages, if you want to do that, you're going to come over here to the gear icon, click duplicate, and then you can rename it right there, or you can rename it later. It'll just come up as a copy of whatever page you're duplicating. And then before you start editing, a good habit to have is just to make sure that you're on the copy of the page you just made and not the original. Once you've duplicated a page, you can change it however much or however little you want. The point of duplicating is so that you have a layout to go off of. You can get rid of all the rows except one. You can keep all the rows and add to it. This is a really quick way to make your service pages and your about and your contact is set up your homepage exactly how you want it. Duplicate your homepage 5 to 10 times. Set up your service pages based off that. Replace your images, replace the text on your rows, but keeping the same layout saves you time. Next, we're going to get into making a new page, which is really simple, very straightforward. You're going to come here, click new page. You can choose a different type of page or start at a blank one. There's landing, services, portfolio. I'm going to go with a blank page for now, and I'm going to make this the privacy policy page on the website. You'll see it comes up blank. I'm going to add a text widget to add the privacy policy template to it. But the first thing I'm going to do is go down to the footer, and you'll see I have privacy policy written in text, and I'm going to switch that so that it turns into a link, and it'll link back to this page. To do that, you're just going to hover over it, and you'll see this little link button. Click it, existing page, and privacy policy shows up. Now that's linked, and if anyone clicks that on the footer of the website, they'll be brought to this page. And now I'm going to bring the text widget over. And you can just Google privacy policy templates. If you have one already made, you can just copy paste it. A lot of these will give you the free template, and you just input your info, like your business info, into it, and it'll generate it for you. So paste your privacy policy here, and that's a new page that's not in the navigation bar, but the link at the bottom of the footer gets to the page. Now, just to note, if you are adding new pages, they do show up in your navigation bar, and you can hide them manually by going to that same gear icon we went to duplicate, and you're going to click hide on devices, but they're not showing up for me because I have my navigation buttons set as anchor points. So every new page is not an anchor point. Lastly, I'm going to show you what a new page with the layout already looks like. So if we come here, we can go to click our services. So instead of a blank page, we get one that's already set up so that we can add our services to it. And that's also really helpful if you're in a time crunch, but you don't want to duplicate. These are pre-made, just like the sections part of Snaps. And you can remove and replace images, text, anything you want, but there's already a layout for you. This is going to cover the first part of on-site steps part 2, which is making new pages. If you want to build each separate page from scratch, you would go to add new page and add a blank page. If you want to keep the same layout as the home page, you would duplicate it and adjust as you go. You can also go for one of the pre-made layout templates and adjust as you go. But this is to show you that you can get all your pages done in the same amount of time that it took you to make your homepage.